I wouldn't.
You've tamed the voices in your head. You've put your courage to the test. Laid all your doubts to rest. Your mind is clearer than before. Your heart is full and wanting more. Your future's at the door. Give it all you got. No hesitating. You've been waiting all your life. This is your moment. This is your moment in time. This is your moment. This is your moment to shine, to shine, to shine.
Well, hello everyone.
Hello.
Happy Saturday. Today's date is Saturday, May 11th, 2024. We are coming to you live from the beautiful Sunshine Coast of British Columbia, Canada, in a town called Powell River, British Columbia. How are you doing, love?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good? So am I doing good. Okay, just want to make sure.
Good.
We want to welcome everyone to the channel and support group, the Cognitive Nomad. I'm your host and facilitator, Larry Giroux, and today's guest is my beautiful and loving wife.
Well, I'm not really the guest. I'm a co-host.
Oh, sorry. Go. Okay. Sorry. It's my beautiful co-host, Amanda. This is a place where I share my journey with ADHD, BPD, chronic pain, and my love for travel. We want to foster a supportive community and break mental health stigmas along the way. For those that are new here, I started this channel in hopes of spreading awareness about mental health and its struggles. I wanted a place for you all to come and support each other in a loving and caring way. Join our online peer support group for mutual assistance in travel inspiration and any other supports that are needed along the way. Subscribe and follow now for empathy, adventure, and advocacy. And please check out my other channel called Plump Travelers, which focuses on accessible travel, providing insights into disability-friendly destinations and cruising tips. And there's the link to the channel there. And I am going to share a link, which is from an online site called BetterHelp. Is a mental health platform that provides direct online counseling and therapy services via web or phone text communication. And all links will be in the description in the description below.
Larry's first day talking.
It's my first day. I'm really sorry. I want this community to be driven. A community-driven channel where we all can support each other in a loving, caring, and compassionate way. And today's topic, even though I didn't have it, unfortunately, my daughter Taylor was supposed to come up and share her story today, but she had an emergency last night. She had to go to the hospital, but she's fine. She's home now, so everything's okay. So just send her some hearts. You know, give her some hearts. If you're praying type, give her a prayer for her.
We love you, Taylor.
We love you, Taylor. I know you're going to watch this. So, yeah, hope you feel better soon. But today, if you can see this here, it's Mother's Day edition. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I wanted to talk today about what does mom mean to you? Come up on the panel and share or post your answers in the comments section below. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about Mother's Day. I know myself, my mother, and Cindy's mother passed away in 2002. my mom was my dad, because my dad he passed away when I was 7. So my mom was my everything. And so every year, since losing her, Mother's Day has been a very tough thing on me. So I thought, what a great way to come on here and just talk about, mothers. Ananda's mom's still alive, right? But her dad passed away a while ago. So Father's Day is pretty tough on Ananda as well, right? So I thought I'd come up here and just hang out and just talk about,
We were thinking about like Mother's Day is happy, but it's also very sad for a lot of people that if you've lost mothers, for mothers that have lost children, for women that didn't have children can be very hard, for women that have lost children. So there's a lot of triggering things that happen on Mother's Day. So that's what we wanted to talk about today. And anybody wanted to share anything that triggers them this weekend?
Actually, I want to share my inspirational quote today. It's got Uh-oh. Speaking of mother, mommy's trying to do her thing. Our Charlie cat.
Charlie wanted to make an appearance.
Getting attention. He's right there. He's coming right back. Get him, Mom. Get him, Mom. Bring him up. I'm sure they all want to see. Come here, baby. Come say hi, everyone.
Yeah, this is my baby.
That's Ananda's mom. So
my mom.
Sorry, that's Charlie's mom. So Ananda is a mommy in a way. So
look how handsome.
That's our Charlie right there. Charlie. Bootsy, you a star on the show now. You gonna say hi? Okay, let me down now, everyone. I don't do cameras.
He'd like to meet Chloe.
He would like to meet Chloe, Danny.
All right.
All right.
Your moment of fame is over.
Okay, we're gonna go into chat.
Now I'm covered in fur.
Let's go here. We got my sister.
He is a good boy.
Cindy, Dawn. Welcome, Dawn. Hope you're doing okay. And I'm hoping that you're thinking about Mom tomorrow. I know I will be, and I know you will be. And I hope it's a good feeling that you're getting. I just wanted to mention in this sense here, for me with my mom, it's very hard on people out there when they're missing their loved ones that's passed away and stuff like that. So for me, losing my parents, my father when I was 7, and then my mom in 2002, it's been very tough going through, missing them and stuff, just like anybody else out there. But what I do to help comfort me, is I'll look at a picture of my mom or, or whatever, whoever the loved one is. I'll look at them and I'll cry and cry and cry and cry and cry. I'm not afraid to show you guys out there that I'm a crier. I grew up with 5 sisters. I'm more in touch with my female side of things.
More than me.
And my sister Cindy knows that. I know she's going to bring something in here and say, suck it up, Buttercup. That's how my sister is, because my sister Cindy, she's 3 years older than me. So we're like kind of like twins kind of deal. We interact with each other like we're twins. So I just hope you were comforted knowing that I'm here with you, Dawn, that Mom's here with us. And that's what I do is I'll always go and talk to them that way. That's how I talk to my loved ones that's just passed on, is I'll sit there and have a cry and talk to them myself. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Yes, they're not here with us, but they're here with us, and that's the way I look at it. Good morning. Well, I'm gonna say good morning, Danny, because it is 11:09 a.m. here, and for you guys, it's the afternoon for most of you guys. So, there we go. And there's our Dewey.
Hi, Dewey.
Hey there. Hi there. Ho there.
Who are you calling a hoe?
Yeah, who you calling a hoe? Are you calling my wife a hoe, Dewey? Those are fighting words. We're gonna have to get in a mud pool or something, Dewey.
Oh God.
Oh, okay. All right. There we go.
There we go.
And there's our Danny. There's our Danny.
There's Danny number 2.
Danny number 2. Danny number 2. Wait, that sounds awful. Danny number 2 here. Danny number 2.
Okay. Danny
Especially
2.0.
2.0 sounds better. Yeah. Danny 2. Sorry, Danny. It was her, not me, making that name up for you, Danny. Danny, I hope you're doing okay. Everybody send Danny some positive vibes or prayers. He's been having some rough times with pain and stuff. Just give him, give us all of his love, everyone. He deserves it. He's a great guy. Here we go. See, send some hearts. Blow up the chat with some hearts. There's my girl, Taylor.
There, see, she's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You better be resting.
You better be resting, Taylor. Mm-hmm. Yep. I still miss my mom. She died in 1998. Yes.
No, I don't think you ever stop with somebody like your mom.
No. Yeah, I miss my dad. But what I did was with my mom, since my dad wasn't around, all I got was my mom, right? So they take over every role of what a family is, mom, dad.
No, my mom was the same.
Your mom was the same?
Oh, yeah, I didn't grow up with my dad.
Well, that's true. No, in that sense. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. No, of course. And then Danny makes a great point here as well. Grandmother.
Yes, they are so important too.
Unfortunately, I only got to see one of my grandmothers. I never got to see any grandfathers or my other grandmother, but I did get to see one grandmother, but she was fairly old, when I was born. But I still got to love and be around her and stuff. But he does make a great point. We got to think of the mothers, grandmothers on, because they're still mothers, right?
Oh yeah, my grandma was like my second
mom. Yeah. Nana's mom.
Yeah, when you said Charlie was my mom.
Yeah. Thank you for. Wait, hold on. Oh. No, Danny, it didn't leak.
Good,
sorry.
Good.
But no peeking, no. Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, So are we technically orphans? Is that how it is?
Yeah, you guys are.
Yeah, we're orphans. Little orphan Larry and little orphan Cindy.
Oh my God.
Did you see them smiling down on you last night?
We did, Dewey.
Actually, we did, Dewey. We were at a place where everybody goes. Actually, there. I don't know if Nanda knows this, but this place called Mullet Bay here in Powell River. It's a beach area where everybody goes to swim and stuff. And what do you call it? The astrophotographers group all goes and meets up down there.
No light pollution. Least light
pollution. Yeah, it's the least light pollution in Powell River. So last night I took Nanda up there last night, but there was probably thousands of people up there.
Has everybody seen the pictures on Facebook? Are just like
amazing
today.
I'm very jealous because I did take a bunch on my phone, but I suck at cell phone technology. So I couldn't figure out how to get them really nice photos that everybody was getting that you've seen on the internet.
Did you see them in Florida, Dewey? Did they go to that? Because they were all over the States.
I was just going to ask.
I don't know if they were that low. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, here.
It was very cool. And it's supposed to go all weekend. Anybody that missed them last night, get out there tonight because they're amazing. And yeah, they say to look through your camera to really get the colors because our eyes, the way they work at night with the cones and stuff in our eyes, we don't pick up the colors.
I'm going to fill in while I'm doing this, love.
Dewey said someone had a shot just smiles for me. Wow, all the way down there. That is really cool.
Way down in Fort Lauderdale.
I even saw pictures from like Scotland. They were like everywhere. That's really cool.
So I'm just sharing the link here, everyone. If you want to join the panel, come up and just talk about, about our your mom and how everything is with your mom. Is she still around, or if she's not? How do you deal with Mother's Day? Like, if you're missing your loved one, or even with your loved ones, right? Oh, there we go. Give me 1 sec, Nick. Where are we at here? Okay, so I just wanted to bring this first.
Okay.
Dewey says I'm the hoe.
Dewey, then that's okay. You can be the hoe.
So we're gonna bring up. Are you all ready there, Nikki? Nikki, sorry, Nick.
I got less than 12. I got about 18 hours till I'll be on a plane headed for Pearson.
Pearson, yeah. Are you all excited? I bet you are.
Yeah, especially because of the crazy people that are going to be getting me at Toronto Pearson.
So, Nick, unfortunately, I was actually going to send you an email today.
Something come
Unfortunately,
up?
we can't make it into Vancouver.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. There's a long story that it's not a really
No
good time
need
to
to.
bring up the story.
No need to.
I was going to send you the email, explain to you in the email what it was.
No need to. Life happens.
Yeah. Totally. And just be aware, like, to get from here to Vancouver, it's still a minimum of $500 for us to get there.
I know.
Right? You know what I mean?
I know.
So
I'm not.
it's like another.
Larry, don't worry. I'm not blaming you.
But
Yeah.
I
Stuff
still want to
happens.
see. I still
It's
want to.
annoying because it's so close yet so far away. Like if we could just drive there, it would be so
Easier.
close. Yeah.
I know. Hey,
I
I'm
really want. Go ahead.
I know. Hey,
I
it's
really
all
want
good.
to see your content, though. Please put up your content.
Oh, yeah.
About the train stuff through there. I'm very excited about that, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Heck, my first Canadian train is Monday.
Yeah, because you did the American. What all did you do? All the routes?
I've done pretty much every route except one in Florida that goes to the Northeast. And there's a little bit of missing in Texas, but I've done pretty much everything.
Oh, so you've never done the New York to, where is it? Is it Miami or is it?
No, there's two of them that go to Miami. I've done the Silver Meteor, but there's another one called the Silver Star that goes and backs up. It does a backup move of about 20 miles to get into Tampa.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've never done that one.
So I think you did some content on one going to out of New York, right?
Well, I've done Larry pretty much every long distance route in America.
Oh wow!
But no, I fly out tomorrow, but then my folks are taking the Amtrak later this week. They're going to take it through Chicago and Buffalo and meet me up in Toronto to do the Canadian.
Toronto. So you've never been to Toronto before, right?
The only place I've been to in Canada before tomorrow, I've been to Vancouver once in April of 2018.
So I've never been to Grand Central Station, but Toronto's train station, because I've been through there numerous times. It's a miniature Grand Central Station. It's busy, not as busy Grand Central Station though.
Yeah, but V, Michael Ann, and Steve are meeting me at Pearson tomorrow.
Awesome, that's awesome. So you'll be in tomorrow.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, I hate it. I don't got much time, so I'll finish with this one. The weird thing I hate it. The main part of the Minneapolis terminal is kind of shaped like a C.
Yeah.
And in the center of the C is where the check-in counter is. But on that C, on the backside, there's a few that strut out. But all the way, if you think of the letter C, and like I said, the check-in's in the middle, all the way on the top, on the other end, at A3, all the way at the end of the terminal, is my gate tomorrow. It's like,
one of my favorite train stations, Nick, is in LA. What's the name of that? The station?
Union Station.
Union Station. I love that station.
That one's beautiful.
I love on the side where they got that little waiting room. It just it felt so cool there. And then
Pacific Central is pretty beautiful too.
Where's Pacific Central? Oh, Vancouver. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just used to it.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, don't worry about it. Hey, Larry, if you want to drop me a wrench, or if Danny wants to drop my link, I will be putting up videos later.
Yep. No problem. Yeah, send the link in there. So, do you mind if I ask? How are you? Like with Mother's Day, are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm bringing my mother's actually the one bringing me to the airport tomorrow.
Good.
Because I'm not paying to park my car at the airport for 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
So Nick, what I say to Annetta, because she still has her mom around, cherish every second you can with your parents, man.
Yeah, that's why Larry, I'm bringing them now because they're both around 70. Because you never know.
No,
that's right. And so you cherish every little speck of things, because years ago we didn't have phones, we didn't have videos, we didn't have all that stuff.
Larry, when you were a kid, you went to the corner with a dime, right?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Exactly.
Yes, I used to get
Oh.
a bag full of candy for 10
We
cents.
did.
Yeah.
I know, right? But hey, I'll be listening. I got to get back to work.
All right.
Have a good day. Have a good
Appreciate
trip.
Safe travels to you.
Yes. Yes, Kenny, we can see you.
I have no grandparents left. Dad's mom died when I was 4. Mom's died 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's hard not having grandparents because they are such a special treat.
Danny, do you mind if I ask how you deal with them gone? Like, what is your techniques that you use to deal with them being gone? Because death and a loved one, it's one of the toughest things that I had to deal with in life, right? So I'm just wondering how you deal with it. Welcome to the F.
The F.
What's that all about? Oh no. Nick Pinto. Orphan family. Oh, the family.
Little orphan family.
Orphan family, yes. Yeah, I got to meet all 3 of my grandparents besides my paternal grandmother. She died almost 8 years ago before I was born.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have all my grandparents for a big majority of my life, but they've all passed now.
So yeah, I shared the link up top, guys. If you want to join in, come hang out. You want to talk about anything? Hey, doesn't necessarily need to be Mother's Day related either. Like Nick, come up here. I don't mind all that. Come up here and talk. But you know, we're here to support each other, guys. That's what this channel is all about, helping each other. If you're struggling, you know, I do get a little sad when I see my mom's pictures because it keeps coming up in memories and stuff. But that's how I communicate with my mom. You know, hey, I'm great. I miss you, mommy. You know, like that's how I deal with it. Oh wait, I missed that one. Oh, okay. That's the link there. It's at the should be. Oh wait, I didn't pin it. That's what it was. That's what I needed to do. Give me a minute. Where is it? I need to pin that to the. How come it's not going up there? How come I can't pin it? That's crazy. Oh, because this is why. I have to do it out of. There it is. See? I have to do it in YouTube. The station in DC is pretty cool too. Washington, DC. Is that what that means, DC?
I would think so.
Ironically, I'm very good with geography and all that, but Washington, D.C. just throws me off. Like you guys have said certain things with that. It just throws me off. Nick, yeah. Thank you for sharing that there, Danny. That's Nick Pease. He's going to be doing an Australian trip all across Australia, all across Canada, all that kind of stuff. And then so can everyone see me in the chat because I can't see YouTube on my PC. You know, are you I can see you right now down in the basement. Are you all good? You coming up?
There he is.
There's our boy.
Hey.
Oh my God, Kenny, I love your shirt.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, where's my? Oh, I have thing 1 and 2 here. I would have brought it up. Oh, I gotta get one. I gotta make one. I'm gonna make a thing 2 so we can be twins on the cruise, Kenny.
Yes, we should.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for having me up. It's been a long time. It's been a long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a very, very, very long time, and I look forward to you coming on. I really do. Because I really miss you, Kenny. I really enjoyed my time that I got to spend with you on that cruise, man.
Likewise.
And everyone, this is Kenny Fordman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oakes, or the Daily Dose of the Bible.
Yes.
King James Version, Kenneth Oakes. There we go.
Both of them. So
Danny, can you throw in Kenny's links there, if you could, please? Yes. So this is our good friend Kenny. He was the first recipient on the Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise that we went on to which was August of 2022. I gotta play
October, brother. October, not August.
Oh, sorry, yeah, August. I don't know why I was
He's
thinking.
already forgetting when it was.
Kenny, when you get up into my age, you won't be laughing. Actually, you might, because you're thinking, shoot, way back when I was on Plump Traveler's thing, I was making fun of him that Wait, 1 sec. I got something to share for you. Give me 1 sec. Let's go over here. I just got to switch it over to my other one because I got it right in here. And you want to know something, Kenny?
It's definitely him. It's definitely him. It's definitely him. It's definitely him.
Did you know that, Kenny? Did you know I had
definitely him. Yeah. It's definitely him.
You know what, Kenny? You're definitely a 10 in my eyes, buddy.
That's our little Kenny soundbite.
That's our little Kenny soundbite. I haven't switched it over to this channel yet, but I've been waiting a long time to share that, Kenny.
I know.
So how you doing?
I'm doing okay, hanging in there day by day, pretty much.
Yeah. How is Papa?
That's his health is kind of up in the air right now. His potassium is like out of whack again. And what's really strange is that when they do one lab results, it'll be 5.9. Next time they do lab results, it'll be 5.4. And I'm like, I don't know what, so
my Dr. Kenny, sorry.
Yeah, and he went to the kidney specialist the other day, and they told him that there's no change in his like kidney function.
No, that's good.
But
he's still
the thing about it,
right? Sorry.
He's doing all right. He's enjoying the love of his life in there. But,
you know what? I don't think
he met somebody.
They got married.
Oh wow!
I didn't know they got married.
He met a woman in there. So
wow.
And they both really love each other. And
they look like they do. Yeah.
And surprisingly, I'm very surprised. But the nursing home allows them to.
Oh, wait, no, Kenny, this is a family friendly. I'm not going into all that other little detail stuff now.
Allows them to room together.
Okay. All right. That's family friendly. We're good with that. Okay. So
well, that's nice for them.
That's very nice for him and her. Yes. Now she's in the home as well, or no? Like, was she from the home as well?
Yeah, she's actually been in that facility for 5 years.
5 years.
Okay. 5 years or longer than he has. This coming October, November, he will actually have been in there a full 2 years already. So
wow, time's
sounds
flying,
like
Kenny.
It's working out good for him, though. Imagine you go in there and get married. That was meant to be.
That's right. You know how God works, Kenny. God made me run out in front of her and made me stalk her and everything, and I couldn't help myself. So I think that's what your papa did.
You two make a good couple together.
Thank you. We're getting along.
So Kenny, just so you know, remember how you were saying, hey, you weren't friends with Ananda stuff? A lot of us like get in that situation. Like for me, if I find a channel that I follow and stuff, I'll friend one of them, but I don't do both at the same time, right? So yeah, it was the name. But Ananda knows you.
But now we're friends.
Now they're friends. Oh yes.
Okay,
but Ananda's always known you. She sees me coming in here talking to you and hanging out with you. She knows I was on the cruise with you. She knows exactly much more than you know about her.
I hope to eventually get to meet her in person one day.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Of course, Kenny. We're gonna cross paths again.
Well, you're going on the rock and roll tribute cruise, right?
Yeah, I'm going on the rock and roll tribute cruise. Yeah,
that would be cool if we could go on that.
We're really trying to get onto that one, Kenny. We really are. And if I do, I'm getting a shirt just like yours that says we're gonna hang out. We're gonna have a ball, man. I know. This. Oh, by the way, Kenny, I found my hard drive with all my footage on that group cruise. It was in storage because we had the fire. So I've actually recently found the hard drive with all my footage, including photos of Kenny sleeping on the chair. I'm not sleeping.
I will admit that I was not really feeling the best on that cruise either.
No, he was really having a bad. Do you mind if I say what kind of happened?
Go ahead and say, yeah.
So yeah, Kenny wasn't feeling bad, and it was really the signs like you did have that bad C word. And so we ended up taking Kenny to the infirmary, and it turned out that he was negative. So which was, amen. Because I was actually scared because it was my turn to take care of Kenny during that day. Oh my God, I'm meeting Kenny for the first time, really, like really getting to hang out with him. And now I'm getting the C. But no. And that's what it was. Like, I have pictures of him. You've seen the pictures. Mm-hmm. He's sitting in the chair in the library. What
a horrible time to get sick.
I was really worried. Like, I'm not joking, Kenny. I was really worried for you, buddy. I really was.
Well, the outcome was if I did have it, I would have had to stay in my room.
That would have been horrible.
In his really huge room with a very nice view and a very huge bathroom all by himself.
Yeah.
Wink. Wait. Actually, you had a girlfriend at that time, Kenny.
Well, I still talk to her.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't get to actually see her that much.
No.
And I don't get to actually talk to her that much because her parents are very overprotective of her.
Of course, I understand that world.
And
Kenny's just this free man. He's going out there. Kenny lives by himself now.
Yeah, I do live by myself. I am here by myself.
Everybody, Kenny's single. He's a bachelor. He lives alone.
Yeah, I do live by myself.
He goes commando.
Yes, man, I do.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody knows now, Kenny.
Yeah.
I just want to go through a couple of these comments here. Kenny, just a sec. Me and my cousin think of memories of my mom's parents. One was when my grandpa went mad when we played Crazy Eights, like like you're not playing it right.
Grandparents are funny.
Always. Even the bad memories are still memories, guys. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I'm going to say this, Kenny. I'm going to get a little serious here. Mm-hmm. The day my mom passed away in 2002, what it was is we had brought my mother to Ontario, where my sister was living, and one of my sisters had passed away the week before, and so we brought my mom there for a funeral. And so when I had to fly back to my hometown of St. John, she wanted to stay. And so the day that I left, we got into an argument, and she ended up calling the police on me. But it was because she was distraught because she lost her first child. Like it was one of her first children. Mm-hmm. And so she had called the police. And so what was decided was that I leave, go do what my regular plans was, to go in and fly back to my hometown and let my mom deal with whatever because she's 72 at the time, right? Mm-hmm. So we had to leave her there. And so I felt bad because my mom was my everything. Like, with Papa is with you, Kenny. My mom was my everything as well. And so when I flew back the next day, I went back to work. I get another phone call saying that my mom had passed away the night before. So the day my mom passed away, she had called the police on me. And this is why I always tell everybody, cherish every single second you can with your loved ones, not even just your parents, but your loved ones. Those things happen. We don't know. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. And I know for quite a few years, I felt guilty. I thought I put my mom in the grave by, of course, we've all argued with our parents before. But you'll never know that argument you have might be your last time, and you're going to regret not having that great memory with your loved ones, right? So I always say, cherish the best you can. And Kenny, I also wanted to ask you, would you mind sharing a little bit about your story, or you don't have to if you don't want to?
Well, I had actually.
I don't want to put you on the spot, like Papa, the story how Papa and all that is.
Oh. Well, I had actually lost my mom, my real mom, when I was 9 and a half, maybe 10, almost 10 years old.
Just a couple years ago. Just a couple years for you.
Yeah. And she actually had really bad diabetes, really bad, and that's actually what pretty much got her, was where she was not taking care of herself, and she wound up with what they call ketone acidosis.
Yep.
And that's what got her. So, but anyway, and at the time when my mommy had me, she was not married at the time, so I really don't know exactly who the real daddy is.
Yeah.
But I've always lived with Papa, the one I call Dad all the time, ever since I was a baby, pretty much. And he actually was the one that actually raised me. So, because when my mommy had me, she didn't really know how to even take care of me anyway. So, anyway, so him and my other mama, which is unfortunately passed away as well. She passed away back in 2017. She would have been 84.
Wow.
I don't know. Did you see my picture that I posted of her on Facebook?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, she would have been 84 if she'd have lived.
So Papa was everything just like my mom was. My mom was my mom and dad, so Papa was your dad and mom.
Yeah, pretty much. He pretty much raised me. Him and my mama, which I have my mama's ashes right here next to me. Yeah, so... But I have them on the end table over here, so
nice.
But but yeah, it's he's pretty much raised me and trained me up to be an adult now. So
yeah,
you know what? I think he's done an amazing job, Kenny. From how I see you on here on Facebook with your channel and stuff, and what I got to see with you, Kenny, and how you react to everybody around you, I think Papa did an amazing job with you. Okay, you're a great man. You're a very mature, respectful man out there, God loving and all that kind of stuff, man. You are an amazing kid, man. Right? Like, sorry, I'm saying that like a big brother kind of way.
Thank you very much. I'm very thankful the way he raised me up. So because I know not very many people out there have good family members like that raise their kids upright. So
yeah.
Yeah, because I worked in a homeless shelter before, Kenny, and I've heard all those stories, all those sad, sad, very sad stories. Now, unfortunately, I had some sad stuff happen when I was a young kid,
Mm.
but my story wasn't as bad as some of the stories that, like, you're referring to, Kenny. Like, there's some bad parenting out there, and it's sad, right? It's sad for the kids and stuff. Which I actually wanted to ask you, Kenny, how do you deal now that you're like your mamas were gone, right? Like, how do you deal with that? How do you keep positive?
I just I just learned to think on the positive side of things.
Yeah.
I just learned to look at the cherish those memories that I had back when they were alive, and just look at those, and also depend on my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to help me through those things. So,
Amen. Yeah, I agree, Kenny. That's the way I do it. But not everybody. If you can say that, because like there's a lot of people out there that doesn't believe in God, Kenny, right?
Yeah,
there
is some people out there that doesn't believe.
That's right. And so my question to you is what advice would you give to them if they don't? Like, how can they? What would help them to deal with being without their loved one in that sense? You know what I mean? Like, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Like, how can they deal with tomorrow? Instead of feeling really, really awful and stuff, what can they? What advice would you give? Because you're a great man, Kenny. I'm telling you right now, man.
Just think positive. Think about those memories that you had with them when they were around, and just cherish those, and think about, and just dream about those, and just dwell on the positive side of things.
Here's a struggle that I'm going through, Kenny.
And not the negative side.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the struggle that I've been going through, Kenny. I come from a huge family. On my side, Cindy in here, she's one of my siblings, Sister Dawn. I come from a family of 8, 5 sisters and 2 brothers. But my mom, who was my everything, she come from a family of 13. So out of my mom's side, Kenny, all of those family members are already passed away. They're already gone. My aunts and uncles. You know what I mean? I had life with them. And so it's same with in my family, I've already lost a brother and 2 sisters. My oldest brother and 2 of my oldest sisters have already passed on, right? So you would think, that's a tough struggle in a lot of things, which it is, obviously. I mourn just like everybody else. So what's been happening in my life is I told Ananda, it's like you're having a painting when you're born. You have a painting of all these family members, and all of a sudden the painting starts to get blank. It goes blank, and it makes you sad and everything like that. But that's me taking over control. That's the way I feel. I'm taking that control and thinking sad thoughts. But in reality, I've had all kinds of great memories with those people, right? And that's like you're saying, we need to hold on to those great memories that we've had. Unfortunately, some people have never had good things, Kenny. And this is like this whole channel. I want to be able to help patch into those kinds of things to help those that have never experienced love, Kenny. As you know, there's people out there that's never experienced love or compassion or empathy or understanding, right? And that's why I wanted to, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's some people that has been that's been in abusive parents and stuff like that, and
emotionally and physically,
so and those are people that's never really gotten to experience what true love really is.
So I just wanted to add in there, Kenny, if not to you, Kenny, but to those that are out there listening, that's watching the replay and stuff like that. If you are one of those that's never experienced love, please know that there's people out there that do care for you. You know, you may not have got it from your loved ones or the people around you, but there are still people like myself. I'm not bragging or nothing. I'm not a perfect person, but I care. I'm an altruist. I give up myself to others over my own feelings and own being, right? And it's real. This isn't fake. I'm not trying to, make you come to Christ or any of that stuff. This is me truly from my heart that I'm speaking from, that there are people out there, including in India. And I'm sure, Kenny, you're right there with you. So you care about those others out there, right?
Yes. Yeah. I always try to show love and affection to others, no matter what the situation is. I always try to show love and do like the Bible says, love unto others as they would do unto you.
Do unto you.
Yeah.
Yep.
One sec, Kenny. I need to respond to this one here. I've heard he goes commander with the story Scott and Amber told. Wait a minute, Kenny. Danny, are you peeking? I have something going on here, Kenny. Captain, welcome in, buddy. I hope you're still here. I haven't been with the comments. Is he good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, fake Captain Billy, just
a real captain, not fake.
Do you know Captain Billy, Kenny?
Yes, I've met Captain Billy 2 or 3 times already.
In person? Oh, yes, of course. You go to the Georgia meetups.
I've met him.
Even though he goes commando. I've never met Kenny, but he's an amazing friend to me on here, and his laugh cracks me up. Yeah, your laugh cracks me up too, Kenny. How can you not laugh?
Your laugh is infectious.
Yes. Imagine that the two of us laughing.
Oh my! You guys together laughing? Oh my!
We'd laugh forever.
Yeah.
My hands right here, people.
Hands up.
All right. Mother's Day is sad for me. My mom passed away when I was 19. 24 years old.
That would be really hard.
So,
is your father around? Billy?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that. Is your father around? And Billy, if you don't mind me asking, like, how do you deal with Mother's Day and stuff? Do you have your support system in place and stuff? If not, hey, if you guys are struggling with your these kind of things, right? Just reach out to me. I'll talk to you. If I'm not busy, I'll talk to you, man. If you need somebody to talk to, man. I fortunately enough come from a big family, and I've always had loving, caring, and compassionate people in my life, right? So, and everybody else could use somebody else out there in their lives as well. Okay. Doing the hand check. Let me see, Penny. I didn't see your hand. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I just looked at this really quickly, and I saw Helen, but I thought it said heaven at the beginning.
His life's in heaven.
You thought
my dad's still alive. He lives in Iowa. I'll be all right tomorrow. Danny will make me laugh, but I'll cry tomorrow.
Yes.
Billy, there's nothing wrong with crying. I want to mention that in there. There's a lot of guys. I don't know how it was for you, Kenny. Like, are you a crier?
Yeah, I am. I will say this. It was very difficult to say goodbye to my mom because I honestly didn't even actually get to. I honestly didn't even actually get to even say goodbye because
Same here.
they because she was already gone, and of course what happened was she had lived in an apartment by herself, and of course me being at that very young age, I really didn't. I would. She actually wanted me and her to go live together in an apartment. Well, I honestly did not want to myself because at that age, I really did not know exactly what to do if something like that was to happen.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, she had she started to get in the shower and she had collapsed on the floor in the bathroom, and I guess one of her apartment neighbors or somebody had found her, and the police had called us that night and said she's gone. So,
Sorry to hear that.
and of course of course I had her cremated, so so I didn't really get to. We didn't actually have a full funeral,
Yeah.
with the casket and everything.
Yeah.
But we had a memorial service, but yeah, it was still very difficult though.
Yeah. At that young age, that would be really hard.
Yeah, it was. And then as I got older, I realized. I realized how to handle stuff like that now.
See, that's a sign that your papa helped raise
Yeah,
you, right, Kenny?
yeah. So yeah,
And
and
like I said to you, Kenny, like I never got to say bye to my mom either, and that broke my heart for many years. But as we know, as godly people, we don't have control over all those kinds of things. I know my mom loved me, and I know she would have said goodbye if the opportunity came to it. And that's again, we just got to focus on the great memories that I had with her, right?
yes. And,
Kenny, I just wanted to, since I got you up here, if you don't mind me asking, would you like to share what disabilities you have, if you don't mind? Because our channel is all about disabilities, right? You know what I mean?
right, yeah. I have what they call hydrocephalus, which is water on the brain, and I have a VP shunt. I forget what the actual medical term VP stands for, but anyway, it's a tube that drains the fluid off. It runs from down into my stomach and drains the fluid off my brain. So, and what I like about this one is I had this one replaced back. I think I was in my last year of middle school, and I graduated high school in 2013. So I'd gotten really sick during that time before I got it replaced, and they had to go in there and replace the whole thing. Well, what I like about this one is when they replaced it, is they put a magnet. They put a magnet in my in there to make it magnetized, so they can just take a magnet and
Wow.
adjust it.
Interesting.
If it needs adjusting, you know.
Oh, cool.
There's like three different, I think there's a high, medium, and a low setting on it. Well, I don't even know what setting it's on right now, but I don't even hardly know what's even in there. And then I also have cerebral palsy, which is where your muscles and your bones and stuff did not form correctly when you were born.
Yeah.
So I had multiple surgeries to try to correct some of this, but I used to go to Shriners Hospitals for Children when I was really young, and I used to have several
Shout out to
surgeries.
the Shriners. Shout out to the Shriners.
Yes,
yeah.
I used to go to the one in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah,
and they no, can't. I wouldn't want to try that. I wouldn't want to try that, Billy. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, and they worked with me up until I was 18, and then they said that we went as far as we can with you. Can't do nothing else for you, and the rest of it is up to me as to what I want to do with it. So,
were you giving like a life expectancy or something? I think you said that, right?
well, okay. When I was a baby, I was a preemie.
Yeah,
of course, and I was born. I forget. Here again, I forget what the medical term is.
Yeah,
but it's where you have a hole in your heart.
oh wow.
My grandson, one of my grandsons
had that.
And your life expectancy decreases every 5 years.
Yep.
And it was very scary at first because I didn't think I was actually going to make it past my 5th, 10th, and so on. Well,
and how old are you now, Kenny?
I'm 29.
29.
I have surpassed all those years.
Wow.
That the doctors had said that the doctors and stuff had said I'd never make it past a certain age. And
Kenny, I wanted to say you're use a walker to get around, right?
yes, I do. I use a walker to get around, and I also when this is broke down, I use a wheelchair. So I either have to use a walker or a wheelchair to get around.
Can you walk unassisted at all? Anything?
No, I have to have something to hold on to.
Oh, okay.
I would love to be able to walk, with
I wanted to mention to everybody, Kenny, if you ever go on a cruise with Kenny, don't go for a walk with him because he will go much faster than you. Unless you're very tall and very athletic, you won't keep up with Kenny.
He speeds along.
Yeah. But thankfully that hole in my heart has sewed itself back up. So, and
wow,
that's good.
So,
miracle.
And I don't, and I've never here after all those years, I've never really had anybody. Somebody asked me the other day if any doctor has given you a life expectancy, and I said, no, nobody's ever.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So I mean, and I look at it as the Lord has kept me here for a reason,
For sure, man.
And He's been good to me all these years, and I'm pressing toward 30 September 27th.
So it shows anybody that's been diagnosed by the doctors with a life expectancy that's not the end all be all.
No.
There's always miracles, always.
Always believe that something can happen.
Yes. And
Kenny, I wanted to also get you to mention you went to college.
Yes, I actually went and studied automotive technology.
Wow.
Automotive technology.
But I unfortunately I see that comment. But anyway, I unfortunately have not been able to find a job in that field that I went for.
It's hard to find jobs right now.
Well, the issue that I run into is because I use a walker or a wheelchair to be able to get around.
Yeah.
Companies for some odd reason
think it's going to hinder you.
Kenny,
it's a liability thing.
Yeah.
And what it is, they're afraid that if I get hurt on the job, then I'm going to cost that job money.
So you're speaking fair. My language, Kenny, right now, okay? The reason why I have not been able to go on a cruise lately is because I need to work. But I'm disabled. I have disabilities. And a lot of people like to think these are excuses, but they're not. These are legit things that we have. It's like with you with a walker, I have disabilities as well, right? And so that's the problem going on, because Anand and I, we were recently just going to see career counselors. And my career counselor was trying to come up, okay, what can you do? What can this? You know what? I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. I have ADHD, Kenny. I've learned so many things in my life: computers, singing, music, all these things. I've learned all these things. I was a cook for 20 years, right? Yes, I guarantee you right now, if I was able to go out and cook, I can go out and get a job right now, full time, good money. But I can't. I need a disability geared job. And so for me, it would be something sedentary work. And that's the thing I wanted to just mention right here with you as well, Kenny. You might have taken automotive tech, but there is some kind of job for you, even in that. It might not be, physically getting in there with your hands and stuff, but it's still something that you can do. There is a job, but they don't want to do that. They want it because businesses are only looking out for their own bottom line.
Why would they want to take on somebody that might cost them a bit more or take a bit more time when they can hire somebody that's
So in our town here, Powell River, Kenny, we have an organization called what are they called now?
Lyft.
Is it Lyft that took over from
Prackle?
I think so. Yeah. So we have an organization called Lyft, and our town is geared towards handicapped. So autism, all the other things. Do you know what I mean? And it's a very friendly, handicap friendly town. So we have an organization called Lyft, which helps out. So we go out for breakfast every morning, and there's this lady comes in there that Ananda knows, and actually her grandmother used to teach this lady. So she's a little slow, but where was I going with that again? I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I lost train of thought. My ADHD. Oh, jobs. Oh, that's what it is. So she works. She was placed into the job at this Lyft doing cleaning, but that's her disability allows her to clean, but she can't work in a normal 9-to-5 job, just like everybody else expects us out there. Everybody out there in society is expecting us You know what? Stop making excuses. You know, there's guys with no legs climbing mountains. Okay, we're not cookie cutters here, people. We are people with disabilities. You know, we're not making excuses. If I can work and get a good job that will work within my disability, then yes. And also for me is I worked since I was 15. So what I get is I don't know, I think it's Social Security in America where you work all your life and you can get disability.
Yeah, so it's Social Security retirement benefits is what it is.
So that's what I get here in Canada. It's called CPP, Canada Pension Disability. I get that based off of how many hours I worked and what I paid into my CPP, but I also get topped up because it's not as much as what a normal person gets. I'm still getting low income, but they give us something. And so I'm disabled. Like, obviously, I have disabilities, and it's unfair that people are out there are trying to put us all in this one little category and make us feel like, you know what, get off our lazy butts and get out there and get a job. You know, Kenny, that's like them saying, you know what, you need to go and get a job in a shop and working on cars, but you got a walker. You can't do all the things like a normal quote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. And
I understand, yeah.
Expectations on people like you and me. Well, okay, you're walking. You know what? Hey, I deal with deep depression, but people think because I laugh that I'm not depressed. I am depressed.
Yeah.
Depression isn't about, oh, I don't feel good. That's not what depression is. And the problem is there's too much ignorance out there, Kenny. And that's what point I'm trying to make. There's too many ignorant people out there that have no clue what disabilities are. They're clueless. And so what I want to mention about these jobs is this Lyft, they help people get into places. So they'll go and talk to an employer on your behalf.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I have a client here. He's with a walker, but he can still do this. He can still do this. He can still do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in my case, I'm very good with computers. So hey, Larry can do a lot of sedentary work, right? I can't go out and get my regular cooking jobs or standing for long periods of jobs. I've done security. I've done hundreds of different jobs in my life. But I can't do those normal jobs. I need to sit down and tomorrow I might not be doing good.
Yeah.
I have mental health disabilities that I'm dealing with mentally, right? Even though you can see I'm looking good at you right now and talking normally, I'm able to be a normal person. But when you have mental health disabilities and you're struggling with life and you want to go kill yourself because you can't figure out life, those things happen in somebody with disabilities. They don't see it. It's called a hidden disability, right? With you, Kenny, and I'm not taking anything from your disability. That's not what I mean.
I understand.
They physically see you with a physical thing, but somebody like yourself, right? They don't see the disability and they think, oh, you're normal. Get off your lazy butt and get out there and work. Right.
Yeah. Well, I've even tried other jobs outside of auto mechanics, you know.
Yep.
I've even tried like even at a grocery store, even Walmart.
Yep.
We have Ingalls here. We have
he's in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, I am in North Carolina, but we still have those in Tennessee as well. Walmart, Ingalls, and
I don't know what
Walmart's probably everywhere.
We only know Walmart because we're in Canada. Remember, Kenny, we don't.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
We don't have
and I've even tried about every fast food restaurant as well, and I've even tried to even we have two stores. One of them's called Goodwill, and we have another one called Salvation Army.
Yeah, we haven't got that.
And
actually, look, Kenny, look at the title, the thumbnail of today's thing. I'm wearing a Salvation Army shirt and a Salvation Army jacket and a Salvation Army hat. That's I work for Salvation.
Yeah, but anyway, even those jobs, they're like, sorry, we love to hire you, but we just can't find none for you. And And
now in their defense,
That's
some of
very
those people's
sad.
defense, there is things that keeps us from doing jobs that they need. There's it's not to put down any employer, but the problem is that we can't physically go out because the normal stereotypical way to go out and find a job is get a resume, go out and do whatever. I run a Facebook job bank here in Powell River. Sorry. Over there, Billy. You know what's funny, Kenny? Also with that, I actually used to work in restaurants, and on the job training, when I did my job training for my cooking course back in 1989. It was at a hotel, and they used to do banquets and stuff. And they used to bring in the Chippendale dancers, actually. So, yeah, I know the Chippendales, Billy.
Well, anyway, as I was saying, even then, even when I've applied for other jobs outside of auto mechanics, they're like, "We'd love to hire you." I've even went for interviews, and things, and they're like, and one of the questions that they've asked me is, have you ever had a job before, or have you ever worked in this field before? And I'm like, no, because this is my first job.
Yeah.
And they want me to already, some of these jobs that I've applied for, they want me to already have like
Experience.
5, 6, 7 years of experience.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you expect somebody
to get it without being able to get the job?
You're in a catch-22.
How do you expect somebody to get experience if the job that you're applying for is not one to give you a chance?
It's insane.
How do you do it? I mean, how do you get experience if the job is not?
I know.
The
It's
circle of
crazy.
sanity.
Yeah. It's really a catch.
And
22.
so here's the thing, though, Kenny, and this is what I was talking to my career counselor about, and she agreed, is that there's not enough organizations out there to help us to tap into that world. So the problem is, in most working place, in all of the working world, Kenny, they're looking for that great employee, so they don't have to worry. That they have every right to expect and want those kinds of needs. But the problem is they're not opening up the doors to people like us to be able to go out there. And, you know what? The important part of this whole message, Kenny, is that you and I, and Ananda, because she's on disability as well, we are all looking for work. We want to work, but nobody's offering us this help to get in there. You know, they expect us to go out there and pound the pavement, and, you know, and put out resumes and all that. I actually have a video resume up on my channel. I would play it right now if I could.
That's true what Dewey's saying too.
Yeah,
sometimes too much experience.
But I gotta do this too.
Billy, Danny D says, Billy, he would be looking at all the ladies if he did.
Oh, Kenny. Oh, Chippendale shows. You know what the Chippendales are, right, Kenny? The Chippendales are male strippers, Kenny. And so wherever you have male strippers, ooh, stay away from the women, Kenny, because they're going to be all over you. Sometimes too much experience hurts you as well. Yeah, at my age, I find a lot of jobs that I apply for, they think I'm overqualified.
Yeah. Then they think like, well, what's wrong with you? Why are you applying for this job?
And Dewey, with talking to my career counselor, it was kind of feeling that way as well. I feel overqualified for tons of jobs. I'm overqualified, but I need a flexible job where, you know, tomorrow I might not be feeling well, be it physical or mental. And I need a job where I say, you know what, Mr. Employer, I need to take the day off. But you know what? When I come tomorrow, I'll work extra harder to make up for the day I went off. But nobody wants that. They want that perfect person, that perfect employee that says, you know what? I'm going to work 80 hours a week for $10 an hour for you, guy. I'll do everything to make you the richest man in this freaking world instead of taking their time out to help out others in this community.
Oh, look who it is.
And look who this guy is. Ribbit,
Hi, John.
John, good afternoon, sir. I can say good afternoon because it's 12:14 p.m. here.
It is.
I think I'm in the right.
In the wrong chat.
No. Danny, I think you're in the right chat. You're here for a reason. And I can just see.
You should know our chats by now.
That's right. I can just see Danny's face. She's blushing. I know it. I know it. Danny, one of these days you're gonna have to come up live so I can see you blush. Oh, and watch me spill my water. Danny likes watching me spill my water. Yeah, she's not blushing. No, of course not, Danny. I think you are. By the way, Danny, there's a link right there, and I saw you on camera before, Danny, so you can't say you can't come up. John saying it's 3 p.m. there. Oh yeah, he's back home.
3:15. Yes.
He's back home,
Yeah.
and wasn't it John? Wasn't it you that was sharing when you got back home? It was snowing.
Oh my God! Did you see the Northern Lights last night, John?
Yeah, I was actually going to get to that.
Did you see them, Kenny? Northern Lights?
No,
No.
I didn't. I did not see him.
They're going to be tonight too. So if you go
When?
up, look up.
Well, he's in North Carolina.
Yeah, but if they saw them in Florida,
Yeah, they saw them in Florida, Kenny. You know, they're cool. I saw them before. So, okay, Captain Billy.
Wet t-shirt.
So Captain Billy. Oh no, Captain Billy's not going to go on the rock and roll tribute cruise.
Wow.
But you know what, Kenny? We can have a wet T-shirt on this rock and roll tribute cruise if Danny's coming. Danny, are you going to join us in the wet T-shirt contest?
I would actually love to meet Danny D in person.
She is cool.
Yes,
I love
I
Danny.
do.
And one of these days, Danny, I hope I can get you up here talking about your disability as well, if that's okay. You know, don't be shy. It's okay. I won't make you blush. I won't put you on the spot. I never put Kenny on the spot. Wait. So where's your girlfriend?
I am actually not ashamed to be up on camera. I love being up on camera.
I know you do. Yeah. He's an exhibitionist.
Sure.
He's an exhibitionist. One day I'll Big Bro's wedding next year, and we're going to be busy.
Okay, well, we'll let you deal with that first.
Danny, that's next year.
Yeah.
That's 2025.
Danny, Sean from the Down Under Cruises has taught me. I've been his mod since basically almost day one. Okay, I learned a lot from Sean. So I guarantee you, Sean would say, you know what? The wedding's not until next year. You got how many days? What's your countdown now? 200 and something days, you said?
Yeah, Kenny is an exhibitionist.
Of course he is. Wait a minute. When I actually took him to his room, he almost was an exhibitionist there too.
What does that mean? What is an exhibition? What does it mean?
Kenny.
People that like to do things on camera or in front of other people.
Okay.
So an exhibitionist, they're very comfortable just showing off anything.
Everything.
Okay.
Oh, look at what Danny's saying. 380. So what? We gotta wait a year before you're willing to come on the show, Danny?
Doesn't have the time.
Danny, I think you can come up here one day, Danny. And I might even let you peek. Not you, Kenny. Okay. I like girls, Kenny.
I know. Billy must be talking about that must be talking about that trip to Miami with Troy.
Oh no! Did something happen?
Oh wait, I remember a story. I don't really remember the story, but I remember hearing a funny story about with you and Troy. Troy is usually the guy that takes Kenny in on his trips and stuff.
Oh,
Troy.
Troy S.
Troy S. He comes in the chat as Troy S-hole now.
I saw that. Yes.
see-through bikini and bungee smuggler.
Yeah. Troy has he
Bill indeed, Kenny.
Okay, he's getting it going, guys. He's getting it up. Get the laughing going, Kenny.
At the hotel in Miami just before the cruise.
Now, which cruise, Kenny? Which cruise you talking about? Because I went on a cruise out of Miami with you.
Mm-hmm.
But Captain Billy wasn't at the one that we went to out of Miami.
Well, anyway, it was a hotel, and
that's
what
were you showing off some stuff in the hotel? Like
that was when I was doing a behind the scene. It wasn't actually live. but I was doing a private StreamYard.
What's a private StreamYard?
A private StreamYard chat with my
girlfriend. Is that kind of like
Yes,
OnlyFans doing a private showing on OnlyFans? Is that what you're saying? Do you have an OnlyFans account?
And the thing about it is that my girlfriend and Troy were talking while I was still with her talking to her.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. Now, family friendly, Kenny. Family friendly. Keep your hands up.
She kept telling me that he was coming, and I didn't believe her. Well, he wound up.
It comes out. It's not private anymore now, Kenny.
He wound up catching a show that he could not get. He could not get that image out of his head. He went back downstairs and beat it all. He told everybody he was going to come back up and go to bed. Well, at that time, I didn't think about. And then he caught an image he could not see, and he could not get out of his head. Well, anyway, he went back downstairs. He said, "I'll be back." He told everybody. He said,
"We're busy."
They looked at him and said, "Troy, I thought you was going to bed." He said, "Well, let me tell you, they wasn't enough marijuana out there to get that image out of what I just saw."
Kenny, when I took you up to your room and you said you had to go to the washroom, I was afraid of that happening, getting that 3D image. As you said you're a commando, and at that point, it's like, oh no!
I'm surprised Troy hasn't gone.
I just want to quickly comment on this for John here. John, I will answer you with a question. Are you and Nancy going on this cruise?
We would love to.
We would love it if you can come on there too, John and Nancy. Wait, you know what they got to do? They got to bring their Mickey and Minnie costumes on this cruise. John, Anand and I will come on this cruise if you bring your costumes with us and let us borrow them to make some videos.
And needless
you don't know.
We could go on the private StreamYard.
Yeah, we'll have a private StreamYard show.
And needless to say,
yeah,
that is when I learned about putting a sock on the door.
What does that mean, Kenny? Explain to those that doesn't know what putting a sock on the door handle is.
Well, when you put a sock on the door, that means do not disturb.
Yeah, it means you're busy.
So isn't that what like on Carnival they call it choosing snooze or something? I've never heard of the sock part before.
One sock.
Okay, let's put it this way. You're supposed to put a sock on the door or put that sign on the door that they have on the hotel that says do not disturb.
Or what about a pineapple?
Upside down pineapple, Kenny. Kenny knows what an upside down pineapple means too. And what's that mean, Kenny?
It means swingers.
There you go. When the door swings open and closed.
I never will forget the day that Darian from Magnificent Germany with Darian. It was one of the very first, I think it was during the first cruise-a-thon we ever did. And
That's
it was
the cruise that I went on with you.
It was one of the shows. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, somebody had made mention about upside down pineapple. Well, he thought they were talking about the upside down pineapple cake. Well, he did not. He looked it up. He Googled it. And he wound up seeing stuff on there that he didn't know.
Was there pineapple on your door, Kenny?
Well, there was no pineapples. But anyway, and to beat it all, when he looked it up, his wife was right behind him. He was trying to delete that off the computer.
Oh dear.
This is up on a live stream.
Can everybody out there see how much fun it would be to go on a cruise with Kenny?
We need a lot of socks.
Yeah. You have your own suitcase full of socks, do you, Kenny?
I got 24 pairs of socks.
You had to be really specific there. I got 24 pairs.
Oh my God.
Kenny, what was your funniest moment with Amber and Scott?
Oh, my funniest moment with Amber and Scott was, speaking about the belly button wieners. What it was when I went camping with Scott and Amber at Warriors Pass State Park.
You're talking about the thing out here when you come out west, right, with Troy, right?
No. Warriors Pass State Park in Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah, Warriors Pass State Park in Tennessee, and it was at a meetup, and Amber and Scott had made wieners over the fire, and stuff, and she wound up accidentally, of course, it was really dark, and she wound up accidentally dropping some. And when we went to bed in the tent, see, they let me stay, instead of staying at my campsite by myself, they let me stay with them in their tent. So, when we went to bed, he had found some hot dog wieners in his belly button, and that's where that's where the belly button wieners come in, and then beat it all on Sunday morning. On Sunday morning, of course, when you leave food out, animals is going to get in it, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, anyway, Sunday morning, he was feeding 2 squirrels. Well, we wound up catching those 2 squirrels going at it with each other. And this was on Sunday morning. And he looks at me and says, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, "No, what happened?" He says, "Those 2 squirrels were going." With those 2 squirrels was going at it with each other on Sunday. And he said, not on a Sunday. No, don't do that on Sunday.
Any other day.
Any other day but Sunday.
Was there any private streams going on, Kenny?
A squirrel stream.
Squirrel!
Oh, well, we can start peekaboo with this kind of talk tonight.
And Amber said, "Well, I guess the squirrels had to pick a day to do it, so."
They don't know what day of the week it is.
Jenny, I'm going to get going here, but I just want to just throw us back into this here. Like, I just want people to see that, like, this is a channel all about mental health and stuff, but I want people to see that we can still have our disabilities and still be able to laugh like we're doing right now, right? You know what I mean? Yes, we have all kinds of things going on in our lives. You're going to have a rough day tomorrow. Billy's going to have a rough day tomorrow, but we can still laugh and joke, man. Like, life can still go on.
That's how we get through it.
That's how we get through it. And, as long as we have our support systems around us, and that's why I'm saying to you, Billy, if you're really, I know you have Danny in your life, Billy, but if you really are, needing somebody to talk to, hey, reach out to me. I'll have a talk. We'll hang out. We'll put some stuff in the, what do you call it? Into the, what's it called? Marco Polo. we can throw a little chat in Marco Polo, and I can give it a little squeeze, and we'll talk about things. Family friendly. I don't want to get Kenny blushing here. So, Kenny, this we're talking about the sexual peekaboo new channel that you would probably
you would probably
be blushing, Kenny.
You'd be laughing, Kenny. It's Dewey. If you want to share the link,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Dewey. Share a link. If you heard what the label is, Kenny, you would learn a lot. Although Kenny's probably got some noise.
Kenny seems to know more than anyone.
I know. He makes people think he's not. Kenny, one last thing. You know what I think? I haven't seen you falling asleep during your lives anymore. What's up with that?
I actually been going live with Jimmy the astute
tourist. Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when you guys do it, I think it's the morning show that you do with him. You do 2 shows, right?
I do on Fridays. I do 2 shows. I do a morning stream with Jimmy the astute tourist, and then I go live with Mel Natty living free zip codeless.
Yeah, I saw that. I see all your links going on.
and Roy and Becky Travels, and Traveling on Adventures with Earl and Terry. And I link up with Mel and Eddie. Where StreamYard has given where you can link up to other channels, and you can stream on. I can even stream this on my channel if I wanted to. Give me that option.
Yeah. Now, none of these are like OnlyFans channels.
No.
Private streams.
Private stream. That's what he calls them now. Yeah, that's what it's code word for OnlyFans. Private streams.
Yeah, this is Dewey's show tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you have nothing to do or you want looking for a date night or an alone night.
Amanda and I, this is our date night. Saturday night. So we hang out with Dewey and they talk about
it's lots of fun.
It's fun. Now, of course, this is not porn, Kenny, or any of that stuff.
Okay.
And it's not your OnlyFans site, so you're not going to see any nudity. Well, you might see a little.
Well, Dewey might take off his shirt, but
see, Danny, that would be a show for Danny to go see. Anyway, Kenny, I appreciate you coming up and sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime you're looking for somebody to come hang out with, whenever I have an open panel, Kenny, you're more than welcome to come up. These open panels are basically to come up and support each other, really, right? Like today, you shared your story, right? Mm-hmm. But also, you coming up is still helping. You remember Papa Mozo? Mm-hmm. You used to go to Papa Mozo's show, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to not recreate Papa Mozo, but to mimic, kind of throw in that kind of compassionate thing out there and just hang out and talk, right? You know what I mean? And I really do. Oh, what's this? No, this one here.
Yeah, Danny's not coming tonight.
Come on, Danny. Yeah. So I appreciate you coming up, Kenny. And again, you come up anytime you want.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
I just want. Go ahead.
I just want to show people because I have this disability, I don't let it stop me from enjoying life and living life to the fullest. So,
yeah,
that's right, Kenny. And maybe another day we'll talk about your story about climbing that mountain.
Yes.
We'll bring that up. Yeah, because you know why, Kenny? Do you know why?
It's definitely him. Yeah, I actually, for those of you who may not know, I actually posted a new video on my Fordman channel. So.
I was actually, you see, you already read my mind, Kenny. I was just about to bring up, what is your channel? And when do you go live? And when do you put your stuff
up? What I do of course, I know it's been a good little bit. It's been a good little bit since I last put out any content on the devotional, on the Daily Dose of the Bible channel. The reason why I haven't done that is because I've been in the process of trying to take care of my dad and trying to get things situated with him.
Yeah.
And trying, so that was the reason why I haven't been around on that one. But what I do on that channel is I usually talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and try to win people to Christ. So,
bro, you keep it up.
Yeah. So, and then on the Fordman channel, I usually do like taste.
Kenny. Danny, can you share out Kenny's links to his channels?
I do taste test reviews and travel adventure videos and I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Jimmy the Astute Tourist at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I do a Friday Night Live with friends on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Mel Natty Living, Free Zip Codeless, Roy and Becky Travels, and traveling on adventures.
You do a lot.
You're a busy guy.
Like
Yeah.
you and Danny, like you guys are like everywhere, man. Like I've been everywhere, man. I'm sure you know that song, man.
Yeah. That's by Hank Snow.
I actually didn't know who it is by.
I think Hank Snow was the one that did that song.
Kenny gets around.
You know what's cool though, Kenny? Like, what year was your Papa born?
1950.
So my brother, my oldest brother, he was born in 1948. So that's the kind of music my brother grew up with. That's where this song coming from. It's from my brother and your papa's.
Well, I grew up around that stuff too, because my dad taught me about that stuff. He taught me about the 50s, 60s.
Yep.
And the 30s and 40s rock and roll oldies but goodies songs.
Yeah.
I like the older stuff better than I do the newer stuff. I'm not really a big fan of what they call rock and roll music anymore. I'm not into that real hard rock rap.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not really.
Are you talking about what's it called? Death metal?
I'm not into that. No, I'm more into the old time music. Like I'm also like into country and
Gene Autry, what's his
gospel
name?
music as well. I'm into like gospel music as well, Southern gospel music. And
you know what's amazing, Kenny? First, I love all music, every single bit of music out there, except for that one that we're talking about, that one that sounds like they're swallowing the microphone.
Well, it also, to me, a lot of that stuff that you hear now, that it can't really make out what they're singing about. That's right. The thing. And that's what I don't like. That's why I don't like, To me, I call that just making a racket.
Exactly.
Now, I respect people's music, like, but you know what? You're not going to get me to listen to your music. But ironically, I grew up in a Christian background myself. And there's always Christian music around us. But it was basically, I love to tell the story, like how great thou art.
Yeah.
I kind of rebelled from the church, Kenny, when I was younger. I used to be kind of like, not forced, but, always had to go to Sunday school. But when you're a kid, you didn't want to go to, like in our world, like in my group where I was, I rebelled against it. So I never really got into the hymnals and stuff like that. But what happened was in 2009, November 18th, 2009, I was talking to a homeless person inside of a homeless shelter where I eventually worked. And he told me, because I was telling him how I felt lonely because I never had my parents anymore because I'm an orphan, right? And it's very lonely not having your parents around. You know that, Kenny, right? And so I was talking to this homeless guy, and he was telling me, you know what? You don't need them anymore. You still have a father. And I'm saying, what do you mean? Like, my father's dead. I actually had two fathers. It's a long story. But he said, Jesus Christ is your father.
Yes.
Right. Yes. And so that was November 18th, 2009, Kenny. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And so at that point, I because I was working with the Salvation Army, it's a religious organization as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to chapel that night and I started listening to their music, and it was basically contemporary Christian music now, like the modern time Christian music you see, you know, like Michael W. Smith, actually, who I saw in concert. There's a bunch of other. There's a group called Down Here. One of the band members was from Canada. I love them. I met them, got them autographs and stuff like that. So I started really enjoying, and Nana and I both enjoy contemporary Christian music right now. So I never really got into the hymnals, but then I started working singing at the Salvation Army as in the worship team. So I was a backup singer in there. So Salvation Army, they use the old hymnals, plus they also use the modern Christian stuff, right? And so for me, as my own Christian thing, I get more out of the contemporary because I'm a new Christian, right? And that's where I grew up. Whereas you grew up around the old gospel music. And gospel music, I could never really understand it. But it's not that I don't understand it and want to understand it. It's just it doesn't hit my heart like this contemporary Christian music does, right? You know, so when I hear like Papa Mozo, did you ever see videos of him? You know, he was a pastor, right?
Yeah, and he was a pastor of a
Baptist. Well, no, sorry.
No, I think he's been raised up like I've been raised up in a Pentecostal, Pentecostal Apostolic Holiness Church.
Yeah. Well, I actually, where we were both baptized, Kenny, was a Pentecostal church.
Okay. Yeah. We a lot of people they get confused when I say Pentecostal Apostolic Holiness Church. That they're like, so you're three different religions. I was like, no, it's all one, because we don't believe in the Trinity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. You don't believe in the Trinity? Come on.
We don't. We believe. Okay, a lot of people, you know, they believe in the
Trinity. Religion conversation. Nobody.
See, a lot of people, they believe in the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Well, they believe that Jesus Christ reveals himself as three separate persons. Well, we don't. Most Pentecostal Apostolic Holiness people, they go by. They don't believe in the. They believe that those three are one person, not three separate people. And so
you're aware of that. There's nothing wrong with
not
believing that, right? But you're aware that it's okay for us to believe in it. Right? So what I want this. You want to say something?
I think it's pretty much a similar thing. I mean, whether you want to put them into three different people or one, they're all God, like they're all God, right? Yeah.
Believe, when we say believe, Kenny, I personally, it's so powerful. I believe, like as if we're saying this is the darndest truth. Your answer is wrong. My answer is right. You know what I mean? So in a Christian sense, we all of us, even you, and all of us, we believe in God. As a Christian, we believe in God. The number one thing is God. That is the number, you know, same with Jehovah's Witness. They believe in God. Like we're all Christian. We're all believing in, we're godly believers. But then you got people that have different denominations, which is, we're all entitled to believe that. But as long as we're believing in God. So in my case, I personally like the fact that the Trinity, I like that. Because God is not a human being. So what does God look like? Well, we can't explain to anybody out there what God looks like. So now we got who? What's the next one, Kenny?
Well,
God the Father, God the
Son,
and God the
Holy Spirit or Holy Ghost, whichever way.
So the way I see it, Kenny, God is the ultimate. So we're all connected together the same way in that sense. We all believe in God. Then you got God the Son, which was his son, who walked around this earth, who is the image of who God was. God, That's what God was. So all of Jesus' actions on this planet, that's what God looks like. God, not Jesus, God.
Uh-huh.
Right? Jesus was a human being who had a beard or whatever they want to say. We don't know. Everybody can sit there and say he had this or he looked like this or he was black or white. Doesn't matter. Jesus was a human being on this planet, right? And he did, and he gave his soul to everything on this planet out of love, which is exactly what the image of God is. That's what we do every day. This is why I can truly say my heart is coming from God or Jesus Christ or the Holy Spirit. Because truthfully, last night I was waiting for my daughter to give me her story to bring up here, and I had nothing to come up here today. So we're sitting at the restaurant this morning, and we're saying, okay, well, what should we talk about? And that's it. And she ended up going up and getting coffee, and I was talking to some ladies at the restaurant about Mother's Day tomorrow, and they one of them says, I said to these two ladies, like they're Catholics, Kenny, and very godly people and stuff like that. And so I was talking to them, and I said, "Oh, tomorrow, ladies, is a great day for you ladies tomorrow." And I thought both of them had children. Well, I knew one did, but I didn't know the other one didn't have any children. And the sisters and their sisters. And she says, Ave doesn't have any kids. It's like, oh, that made me feel so bad. So this, in my viewpoint of the Trinity, Kenny, the Holy Spirit talked to me and said, okay, that's what we should talk about today, right? I wasn't even thinking about Mother's Day tomorrow in that sense, but what a great topic. It's a mental health thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
so that's why, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm always one that's gonna respect other people's beliefs as well. I'm not gonna. I'm not one that's going to. I don't. The thing about it is, I don't argue people.
No. I'm arguing.
Yeah, we know what. Yeah, no religious arguing.
Yeah,
it's right to their own beliefs. No matter
everybody has the
whether
right.
You're agnostic, whether if you don't believe in God, that's fine. If you do believe in God,
Kenny, you're still my brother.
3 gods, you can believe in 100 gods.
You're still my brother. You're still my baby brother, man. The reason why I do that, Kenny, I don't know if you know this. I was the baby of 8 children. Okay, I have brothers, but they're all older than me, so I never had a baby brother. So now you're my little baby brother, and I'm telling you right now, if we get on the cruise with you, I'm gonna wear a shirt that says exactly the same thing. And if you don't keep that shirt long enough, I will make us both one.
Okay.
When?
What? They're in a box behind me because I'm actually behind us. This is a green screen behind us, Kenny. If you haven't noticed. I don't think you thought this was my home. So we got our background being set up, and that's also a craft room. So your shirt that you got there, Kenny, I can make those shirts. If you want another one at any time, let me know. I'll make you one. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Cool.
Yeah. What size are you?
I am
extra small.
Medium to large is what I am.
Really? Oh, you're growing up now.
Well, even though I have lost some weight, I'm down to 147. So
147. That's good, Kenny.
I was 154. So.
But wait, maybe we can make one for Danny and Kenny, but we need to get Danny on the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, but she can't go. Anyway, Kenny, we got to get going here.
I'm gonna have to get going here for too long because I've got to get ready to go to church here shortly.
Oh, what time do you go to church?
When do you go to church?
Well, the church that I have found. They have services on Saturday at 6 and Sunday nights at 5 p.m.
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time.
So
On
we're
Wednesday. See, the only they don't have Sunday morning services, but I found another one that does do Sunday morning.
Wow, I didn't know they would have.
They only have the one. See, there's only two churches that I have found that believes the same way that I was brought up in.
Yeah.
Because most of them around here are either Baptist, Free Will Baptist,
Well, you're in the South.
Presbyterian, or they're all none of them are. Most of them are that. None of them are like the Pentecostal churches.
You want to hear something crazy?
What's that?
Ananda and I haven't been in a church for 7 years.
Ah.
Do you know why, though, Kenny? It's okay. I've never lost path. You know what my favorite Bible passage is, Kenny?
What's that?
It's not the passage itself, it's the story. And that's the story of Peter. When he's walking on water towards Jesus and stuff.
Ah.
And he takes his eyes off of Jesus, and then he starts to sink, and then Jesus says to him, ye of little faith, right?
Yeah.
I have not lost my faith at all, Kenny, since November 18th, 2009. I've never felt lost or away from Jesus Christ, because he's always in my life. I may not be going to church, and there's many different reasons for that, but I still have God in my heart, right? You know what I mean? And I'm also a personal believer that just because I don't go to a brick and mortar church every Sunday doesn't make me any lesser of a Christian than say you are, right? I'm still doing God's work. He's still in my heart. He's still the center of who I am and how I behave, right?
Yeah, because we all fall short and come short of His glory. So
that's right. That's right.
And that's another brings back to where we're supposed to ask for forgiveness daily and things, and so yeah.
And Ann and I both
Uh-huh.
Understands the separation from us in the church, what it is. So what happens is when we were going to church, Kenny, whenever we had troubles, it was never trouble, because we were going to church and God was we saw that God was taking care of us, whatever the situation. Hey, we're short for rent. You suddenly get a check in your bank accounts from somewhere, right? You know what I mean? I'm just using that example. All these little things that we take for granted, we see it as God working in our lives. And so when we weren't going to church, it's like, oh God, it feels so lonely. We're arguing and stuff like that. That's part of it. But we still have God in our hearts, and we're still believers and all that kind of stuff. And Ananda's background comes from the same kind of a background as I do, basically.
Ah, okay.
She got baptized in the same church as I did. We met.
Cool.
Get baptized, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, Kenny, does your denomination, do they speak in tongue?
Yes, we believe in speaking in tongues, and like I said, we believe in baptizing according to the book of Acts 2:38.
Yeah, I love how he remembers all the numbers.
And see, I tell you the reason. See, we believe that even though it says Matthew 28:19, baptized in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Well, we believe that those are titles. That Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are titles, and that His name is Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I was actually proud to get baptized, although I personally see, Kenny, I don't relate to any denomination myself, and I'm not going to call myself a what's it called, non-denomination. That's not what I'm meaning either. I'm a believer in the Word. That's what I believe in, right?
Mhm.
And now everything else is all based off interpretations of the Bible, right? We all do it. So I might look at the Bible differently than you, Kenny. So, but does that make you better, or does that make me better, or worse, or worse for you? Right? No, it doesn't. Right?
No.
We still believe in it, and that's why I don't want to put a label on I'm a Catholic or this. If anything, yeah, I was baptized at a Pentecostal church, so I guess I was baptized into the Pentecostal family. I guess you know what I mean, like. Now yours is a little different, but that's okay. We're still God people. We're God's children, right? You know what I mean? We all gotta learn to love each other.
Yep.
Anyway, Kenny, it is now 2:00. I gotta get going. Or sorry, not 2:00. It's 1:00 here. I'm looking
It
at.
is actually 4:00 where I'm at.
No, it's 1:00, Kenny. Anyway. Thank you for coming up, Kenny. I appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you again, and we're really going to try to get on to the cruise. We're really trying and stuff. And so,
thanks so much for having me. It's been fun. Been a pleasure of getting to hang out with y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, and I wish you all the best. And Kenny, I'll be thinking about you tomorrow, man. You're in my prayers. You know what I mean?
Thank you very much.
Here, Billy, Captain Billy, if you're still here, I'll be thinking about you. Our hearts are there with you, man. Just know that, you know, your loved ones might not be around, but you still have other people that love and care for you. Kenny, you know that well, right?
Yes, I know that too.
Everybody in this community is your family, Kenny. Everyone.
Yes.
Right. So, yes, I just hope that you can get some comfort in hearing that. Right. And same with you, Billy.
Yes.
Just, you know, please know that we're here for you. So anyway, you have a great day. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I'm going to do some little tidying up here. Where is it here?
Bye, guys.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody else know we also go live every Saturday with the Cognitive Nomad Show at 2 p.m. Eastern or 11 a.m. Pacific. We want to thank you all for your love and support. We appreciate you all. Larry and Ananda from Cognitive Nomad. Thank you for joining us. And until next time, remember,
you are not alone.
You're not alone.
And hit the like button if you want to.
Hit the like, subscribe, and share. I haven't got that all fixed up in here yet. So at one point we will. Have a good day, Kenny.